Hey everybody, Jason and John here, Everyday Crypto Tax Shield. Another episode. It's going to be great. It's a big topic I've been thinking about. We covered gaming yesterday. Today I want to pick your brain on DeFi. What is it? Background, all that good stuff. So thanks for being here with me again. These are great episodes. What is DeFi?
Yeah, well, John, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
DeFi stands for decentralized finance, and to a guy like me, it's the coolest thing on earth.
All right.
So
like that.
anything traditional finance can do, crypto does it better, and that's where you get DeFi. It's crypto's version of finance. And I'm talking about, so DeFi's been on the scene a little bit over a year, really, like as far as being available.
Sure.
It's done more in this year of developing and evolving than traditional finance has done in 500 years.
Oh, wow.
Anything you can do in traditional finance, you can do it better, easier, faster.
Okay.
And DeFi.
Okay.
For example, COVID hits, and a lot of people realize that the dollars are going to melt due to inflation.
Right.
So your bank's offering you like 1/10%. It's not even come close to the cost of living adjustments or anything like that.
Sure.
So you start looking for a safe haven, and you have the option of gold, or you have the option of something that'll give you like an annual percentage rate.
Gotcha.
And what happened, and this is actually how it all came about.
Yeah.
Last 2019 in May. Guys were doing this, but very few guys were doing it. And there's guys that held massive amounts of stable coins, and they wanted to make like 3 to 5% yearly APY on that.
Okay.
And so what they'd do is every morning they would wake up and they'd search the one of 3 sites available, and they would rush all their money over there. And then the next day they would rinse and repeat, and it was very time consuming.
Right.
And this super big brain guy named Andre Cronje.
Okay.
He came along and put a website together and called it Urine Finance.
Okay.
And just let people know, hey, look, we got these vaults. Bring your stable coins over, and we'll do all the hard work for you, and we'll guarantee you a better percentage rate than you're getting now.
Awesome.
And that started the wave.
Gotcha.
But that was just one project that just one random guy
Right.
said, hey, look, let me try this out. He was a crypto guy, right?
Sure.
And if you look at DeFi now, the amount of options for a guy who's super geeky about finance or economics, you can go in the rabbit's hole in DeFi and find amazing projects that are just mind-blowing what they're doing. Like, for example, there's a project called Olympus DAO.
Okay.
And at first, most people probably thought it was a scam. I did too. It was they're offering something insane like 6,000% APY.
Jeez.
Which is, right, it's insane, right?
Right,
There's no way that's real, right?
Yeah, right. Where do I write a check? Yeah.
But if you dig into it, now they're pretty much a blue chip DeFi platform that's, I mean, if you look at how it operates, it's amazing.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, it just amazes me sometimes. I get a little jealous too. You see these guys and girls that just think up stuff, that just makes the world a more even playing field, and it's really impressive,
Really.
Has DeFi always been involved with crypto? Has it always been a marriage, or is it?
No, it really didn't show up until, like I said, summer of 2019.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, I thought it'd be much bigger. I think the problem with DeFi is for most consumers is it's just complicated.
Right.
If you're not into finance and investment vehicles and things like that, I can see where most people, it's just scary.
Yeah, sure.
But I do, I was at the bank this morning and I hear this lady, she's putting like $500,000 into an account. And she's talking to the Wells Fargo guy, and she's like, what can I get? And he's like, yeah, look, we'll give you 0.25% and $100 right now, or something like that. And it's really kind of sad. So when I first entered DeFi, a buddy of mine sent me a link for crypto.com, and he sent me a link because he won the $25 referral bonus. But while I was in there, I noticed they were offering 18% APY if you buy the crypto on their website and let them hold it.
Okay.
For a 3-month period.
Right.
And I said to myself, that's got to be a scam. Like no one can offer 18%. It was so out of my wheelhouse.
Right.
So I just got intrigued and I started doing homework and I found out that this is actually what happens when you take the centralization out of banking. So that lady deposits her $500,000, gets half a quarter of a percent.
Right.
And then the bank gives her a credit card and charges her 24.99% on everything she uses, and feeds her to death and chops her away, little piece by little piece. You take that middle entity, the bank, you take that out, and you can actually see how much they're making. That goes back to the people. So if the bank was making like insane returns, now it goes back to the people because it's decentralized. Your finance is decentralized, so it goes back to the people. Most of these great DeFi protocols that are blue chip are decentralized. So the returns on your money, even in a conservative manner, is impressive.
Right. Well, and that just tells me that when you put purchasing power and the money back in the people's hands where it belongs, I mean, it really just takes out entities that think they can do it better, and they take advantage of people. They really do. Just like you're saying, you're giving somebody a quarter of a percent and then charging them 24.99 a year on a credit card that they give them. It's just the math doesn't work, right? I mean, that's they're taking advantage of people that don't take the time to learn money, essentially.
Right, 100%. The banks have ran the world for hundreds of years. It's not a secret, I don't think. And that's how they control the masses. You control the money, you control the masses, and everyone knows that.
For sure. So, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's just that's the great thing about things like that are in crypto, DeFi, decentralized finance.
Right.
I
just, as a concept, I love it. Anytime you can take out the people that are taking advantage of you and holding you down, that's a win-win for both sides, And it also leaves a lot of room, and maybe this is a little silly, but it leaves a lot of room in that transaction for other people to make money that can help facilitate something or provide a service or,
Right.
Yeah. Put on your prognosticator hat. How do you see DeFi changing the world?
So there was I think it was a Citigroup or a Bank of America. It was an upper management annual report leak. Mm-hmm. It wasn't supposed to come out, but it came out, and I was reading it. It's on the web, and they said, Bitcoin. We're not worried about Bitcoin. Bitcoin we can deal with, we can buy, we can invest, we can make money off of, right? But when it came to DeFi, they said they were terrified. Like, this could shut down every bank in the world. Like, it easily could do so if the people could just wrap their heads around it and adapt.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when you decentralize any bank, I mean, in any country, there's probably a small subset of very rich people that are nervous and or scared, to be honest. Along those lines, can governments control this, shut it down, throw roadblocks, ruin everybody's day? Can they do that?
So I think most guys like me who are in this space, we acknowledge and we welcome some sort of regulation.
Mm-hmm.
The Wild Wild West, I mean, it's fun, but man, it's like walking through landmines.
Right.
Blow up here, blow up there, like rug pulls and all this stuff.
Sure.
So I think most of us are welcoming regulation. I know stable coins. I know the government's going to have to wrap their head around how they're going to regulate that.
Right.
But I will say this: when the internet came around and crypto's movement is very similar to the internet movement. It's just a technology play. It's the next evolution of mankind.
Right.
China refused the internet. They thought they could keep the internet out, and that set them back a decade.
Right.
They're just now catching up with that bad decision. I guarantee they won't make that decision again.
Right.
So I think, in short, governments will fight back and try and over-regulate.
Yeah.
But I would be concerned if I was the government. If you came at it too hard and you just said no, it's going to happen anyways,
Right.
and you'll be the China of the DeFi movement. You will be 10 years behind, and you'll suffer for it.
That's a really good point. Yeah. That's a good analogy too. I mean, to be the China of anything would probably be not great. They tend to do things from the rear instead. They lead from the rear. Instead of being at the forefront of the stuff, like a lot of different parts of the world. So let's say our members are watching this. People on YouTube are watching this. Is there any good places they can go learn more about DeFi? Is it? I know there's probably not just one spot, obviously, but
I would I encourage everybody to get involved.
Yeah.
The opportunities are insane, and all you got to do is get your learning curve up, right?
Yep.
So if you aren't familiar with these kinds of things, as far as financial investment tools, look for a mentor or somebody who can help you with your learning curve.
Perfect.
And then once you got it, you got it. I would enter with caution if you're unfamiliar, because there's a lot of scams,
right,
in the DeFi space. A lot of rug pulls, a lot of, we'll give you 10,000 APY, and then all of a sudden your coins are useless, or
right,
whatever it is. There's a million ways it happens, but
sure,
if you're smart about it and you move cautiously and smart and do your homework and do your own research and learn, it'll change your life.
Oh,
Like, I'm not kidding you, it'll change your life way faster than you ever saw it.
yeah,
I think traditionally people say, oh, invest when you're young, and by the time you're 60, you'll have enough to retire.
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, get involved in DeFi,
Yes,
and you really just get into it. Throw a little bit of money at it, and continue to throw money at it. A few years, it'll change your life.
yeah.
It's
Well,
light.
Yeah, I mean, you're living proof of that. So that's why we have these conversations. You're somebody that has literally been living that life. So no, I think that's great advice. And one thing we're going to do in Crypto Tax Shield, in our libraries and our tools and all that, are gonna be to help guide people through that process. So definitely if you're watching this and you're part of the family, make sure you watch these videos and look for the tools that we're going to be providing down the road, because we're going to help you change your life essentially, and then protect those changes, in the long term. So I think that's going to be super important. But I love DeFi. I love the idea of it, and I so appreciate your time, and that we get to sit down and pick your brain a little bit. There's going to be more. I'm going to have a lot more questions. Our members are going to have questions, so we'll probably do part 2, part 3, part 20 at some point.
Yeah,
So,
very cool.
all right. Appreciate your time, Jason. Thank you so much.
John, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Till next time.